we just went live again.
There we go. Awesome.
Little false start there. It's all good. We're rolling with it. We're rolling with it. I'm Sophia Lucia Barola with Garden State Film Festival, everybody. Hello. Thanks for joining us. This year from March 21st through March 24th, you can check out the 22nd Annual Garden State Film Festival. Over 200 films this year, all different types of topics, various films. We got features, shorts, animations, pilots, you name it, music videos, lots of cool stuff. And one of the films you can check out is a short animated film called Lost and Found. Here to talk with us about the film is this amazing filmmaker. He was writer, director, animator, and pretty much the key cast member in this,
Yeah.
Aiden Duncan. Hello.
Hi there, Sophia. How you doing? It's a pleasure.
I'm doing well. It's a pleasure as well to be able to be in your presence and to interview you. You're extremely talented. I love this film, and I'm really excited to talk to you about it.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to have somebody to talk to about it. It's awesome.
Yes, yes. Hopefully, many people are going to be tuning in to hear about Lost and Found.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Fingers crossed.
yeah, before we get into it, Aiden, tell us about you.
Okay. I'm Aiden. I'm Aiden Duncan. I am a 21-year-old animator. Currently from Philly. I go to the University of the Arts here in Philadelphia. And yeah, I love making fun, heartfelt, and endearing stories with any medium that I can, whether it be stop motion, 2D, or 3D.
Oh, love it. Definitely is all those things, meaningful and heartfelt and funny and witty. This film, Lost and Found. Tell us about Lost and Found. What's your film about?
Lost and Found is about a lost ragdoll named Lacey. On her trip to school with her owner, she ends up getting dropped out of this box, or dropped out of her backpack, and she ends up getting put in this Lost and Found box, where she enters a colorful cast of characters that and try to indict her into their group therapy seminar. And from there, we meet a lovely cast of kind of lovable, oddball misfits.
I love this synopsis, and it's just so unique. Like, where did this idea come from?
Ooh, that's a good question. Well, I'm a big toy collector myself.
Mhm.
I love toys, and I wanted to make a film that was kind of a homage to some of my favorite interests, and not only that, but my favorite films as well. One of my
Mhm.
all-time favorite films is the film One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I just love the character interactions and dynamic that we get between the cast, and I wanted to do something like that, but kind of with a new twist on it. And I thought, well, people use toys and like children's therapy and stuff like that. So I always wondered, well, how would they feel, if they've gone through these hardships and stuff like that in life? Why isn't there like a therapy sort of thing for them? And that was the basic genesis of the idea from there.
That is so cool and so unpredictable and interesting that the inspiration for this was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That is so awesome. I really thought you were gonna say Toy Story there. Was Toy Story an inspiration?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I am definitely number one Pixar aficionado. I
Yeah.
love that franchise of movies so much.
Yes.
Hopefully, Toy Story 5 will be pretty good too.
The 4th one was so good. That
Oh,
was
the
my
first one, so
favorite
it's
one.
perfect. So that's why I'm like, they're going so
Yes,
after
so good.
that. But I have faith in the creative geniuses at Pixar that they'll do
Yeah,
anything great. But no, I definitely loved Toy Story and just the witty essence of some of those Pixar films of taking
yeah,
one childlike thing and putting an adult sort of spin on it. That way, like
yes.
anybody of any sort of like age can get it and understand and take something new from it.
Is Aiden, is that your goal to continue making stories like this, like what we see in Lost and Found and what you just said? Or are you like any other story that comes to mind, or is this kind of the
Ooh,
genre you like to tell?
definitely. I love telling stories like that for sure, but I know me as a filmmaker, I don't want to be a one-trick pony and make the
Right.
same thing over and over again. But I feel like that is usually the thing that I'll kind of go for in the kind of stories I'll tell. I'll usually do something that's kind of unexpected and put like some sort of new or kind of unexpected twist on it.
Yeah.
I can definitely say that's something I'm working on with like the film I'm currently producing now for my senior year.
Mhm.
But no, for sure, that was definitely the big thing that I wanted to do going into Lost and Found for sure.
So cool. And yeah, so you're a senior now making another film. When did you make Lost and Found? What was it, a college project, or was this just
Yeah,
from
yeah. So this
yeah,
was my junior thesis film. I
okay.
made this around the same time last year. I think I started like writing and then like all my storyboards and everything around last fall. And I think around this time last year, I got into the actual nitty-gritty of animating the whole thing. So that took me about like maybe like 4 or 5-ish months to complete.
Wow. And can we talk in detail, or not in detail, but like tell us a little bit about how you animated this? It is so cool. Was it stop motion? How did you
Yeah,
animate
yeah. So
this?
it's a mixed media film. All
Uh-huh.
the characters that you see are all stop motion animated, made up of
Uh-huh.
various different things. Lacey was probably my hardest puppet to create. She's made out of like felt, and she's got this great wire armature made up inside of her. And I use these
Wow.
great replacement pieces with like Velcro to get her eyes and her mouth movements great. And Clayton's a great like classic claymation puppet. I wanted to pay like tribute and like respect to like the great claymation cartoons that I grew up with, like
Mhm.
Wallace and Gromit and the great stuff that they make over there at like Aardman and Gumby and stuff like that. And I'm a big fan of like early YouTube like Lego films. So like when I had to think of another character for like Crank, I mainly like reference those sort of films and stuff too. I also mix a lot of like 3D elements into, so like the backgrounds and stuff, or like the environment of the box itself was all modeled in 3D.
Wow.
And as far as my live action stuff goes, like the actual world itself outside of this box, and Handy, who's a hand puppet in the style of the Muppets, is also live action filmed and everything.
Oh my god, it's just so creative. Every single element of this. Obviously, it's an animation, so it's going to be creative. But just the fact that you made all of these characters, what would you say was the hardest part of this?
Ooh, definitely the animating. Granted, like I made like all my puppets over like my winter break and stuff. And I feel like that took me like a good amount of time for like those like 3 weeks that I was home to like really bunker down and kind of like bang out these toys. Because for me, it's kind of like playing. I get to go and I get to make something with my hands. I'm like, oh, this is really cool. The hard part comes from the animating. I think maybe my hardest shot in the film must have been in my like it's the low point of the film where Lacey's just faced a very hard rejection, and we have kind of the background go almost all out in this very faded black. Was we kind of have like this spotlight effect and everything. That took me like three days to complete for like maybe like a solid like 10 seconds or so worth
Wow.
of animation.
Wow. It's insane the amount that goes into animation, how tedious it must be.
It is.
Oh my gosh. So you play what how many voices do you play in this?
I am 3 of the main cast members. The whole film is comprised up of me and my talented girlfriend, Kiara Miranda. She
Mhm.
gets to play Lacey, and, the phone in the film, who is the group therapist, and I get to play, I am Clayton, I am Crank, and I am Handy, the 3 oddballs that join her in this therapy session.
So, what was it like finding the voices of these characters? Do you use any like special effects, or is it just you and you manipulating your voice?
No, it's just all
Wow.
me. Really just me going in and playing around. I was gonna get actors initially to voice them, but I think it was just running a little too close to home to be like, "Oh, I gotta start production, blah blah. I don't think I have time to reach out to people. What am I gonna do?" And I think I was just playing around with different voices for my girlfriend, and I had to think about what kind of character that they would be to like pitch it to somebody who I was like, "Oh, well, Clayton's kind of a and up there and kind of a boisterous guy who's kind of been around the block." So I just started referencing like a lot of like I'm a big fan of like movies from like the 50s and stuff like that, like 12 Angry
Mhm.
Men. I thought like he'd have this kind of like 50s snark to him, or like something like that. So I when I was reading the lines to my girlfriend and just joking around, I was like, "Yeah, so what do you think, doll face?" And things like that. And for Handy, I thought that he's more of a lighter kind of Sesame Street s character, somebody that you could that would almost be talking to you like he's talking to a child almost. So,
Mhm.
oh, he'd say something like this, and oh, he always just draws out every line like this to the point where it's almost annoying.
That is so cool. I'm loving it. Like that process must have been really fun. But
It was. It was. It
or
was
was it
really
extremely
great.
challenging?
It was no. It was great and challenging getting in and
Uh,
and finding these characters. But again, for me, it's almost like I'm playing with these toys myself and,
yeah.
and getting to give them life through the silly little antics that I'm doing.
Oh, I love it. And so what would you say? I mean, I feel like there's so many was there a best part? Was there you wore pretty much all the hats. You've done so much creative things when it came to making Lost and Found. Did you have any favorite parts, or what was like the best part of it for you?
Ooh, the best part of it. I think just coming up with the story for sure. I
Mhm.
just making sure that I had a nice, fun, heartfelt story, and really just developing these characters. When
Mhm.
you spend like almost a year trying to work on a story, you obviously get very attached to these characters, and I think just having them and playing their voices and designing them and coming up with how they would interact with each other and things like that. And I think by the time that I had it finished and I had to finally show it off in front of my whole department, seeing people laugh and
Mhm.
smile and even just get emotional from these guys who aren't real people
Yeah.
at all. They're little inanimate objects, but the fact that people grasped onto them like that and got that personality and got that experience out of them, that was, I think, the best part for me.
I love that. And you're already mentioning it pretty much, but I definitely want to know what you're hoping audiences get who watch Lost and Found. But even having it screen at Garden State Film Festival, what do you hope they take away out of watching it?
I hope that people definitely take away the importance of community. I think at its heart, Lost and Found is a story of community and friendship, and that even when you are going through the hard things in life, you're not alone, and you have a
Mhm.
great support system and great group of people around you that you can always lean on and rely on.
I love every answer. I'm sorry, I'm like really processing everything you're saying. It's just so great talking to you.
Oh,
And I
thank you so
definitely want to know why you think storytelling, art, and film is so important for the community, for the world as a whole.
Oh, I feel like it's one of our most universal art forms. That's the reason I
Mhm.
love animation to begin with. Anybody of any
Yeah.
age, any gender, any sexual orientation, they
Mhm.
can watch something and get something out of these stories that I feel like can go on and make a impact on the world itself. And I feel like we need more storytellers. We need more great creative stories out there, especially to like inspire the next generation of
Mhm.
storytellers and people like that.
Couldn't agree more. And Garden State Film Festival. Have you ever been to this festival before?
No, I haven't, but you know what? I'm a Jersey boy through and through. I'm from Essex County, so I'm very excited for my first real festival to be done in the Garden State.
Oh
I'm
my
the number
gosh.
one Jersey aficionado, so let's go. I'm so excited.
I love it. I love it. So, I mean, how does it feel to have it screening at Garden State Film Festival? And what have you heard about our festival?
I am ecstatic. I'm very excited. In my college class here, we actually helped put together a bumper, an animated bumper, to go in between the festival films and stuff like that. So just getting to work on that was already great. So now to have my film be presented in this festival too, I'm like, that's just a cherry on top of something. It's awesome. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I've heard about a lot of the other films in the festival. I'm very excited to watch them. I know we got a talented group of people this year, and
Mhm.
honestly, I'm just so honored. I'm so honored I
Yeah.
get to have a film in a festival at all. Again, and to have it be in my home state.
Mhm.
Awesome. I love it.
Amazing. Aiden, it is such a pleasure getting to pick your brain about just you as an artist and obviously your love for film and just creativity and art in general. It bleeds through you speaking and it definitely comes through in Lost and Found. I'm so excited for our audiences at Garden State Film Festival to watch this beautiful short animated film. Definitely check it out Saturday, March 23rd. The film block starts at 6:15 in Asbury Lanes. Get your tickets at gsff.org/tickets. There are the very popular Parkway Pass that'll get you in all the screenings. You also get tickets there to our Meet the Filmmakers night Thursday and our gala night on Friday. There's lots of cool events, parties, talk backs with the filmmakers after the screenings. Tons of cool stuff this year. Go on our website, check it out. Meet Aiden. I am so excited that you're going to make it there and for people to see Lost and Found. Thank you again and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Sophia. This has been awesome. This has been such a lovely talk. I wish it could go on longer.
I do too. I would pick your brain, but yeah, we got to unfortunately end this. But I could hopefully we'll talk more at the festival because there's plenty more we could talk about.
Oh, we definitely will. I'm looking forward to it right now.
Amazing. Thank you, Aiden, again, and I'll see you at the festival.
Sophia, thank you so much. I will see you at the festival.
My pleasure. Bye.
Bye bye.